Hey loves, today I wanted to talk about persistence when it comes to manifesting a specific person and how it truly is important to consistently and habitually stay and live in our end state regardless of what is happening around you. That's how you're going to manifest and be with your specific person in the absolute quickest way possible. And something that I have found when it comes to persistence is that when we get closer and closer to a manifestation, we feel like we have to work harder and harder to sustain it. But truly, you don't have to take or do any action when it comes to manifesting your specific person, or basically manifesting anything for that matter. The only thing that you need to do is feel and assume the state, and then your subconscious mind is going to take care of the rest. It is actually this idea and focus on action that begins to kind of take us out of the state, right? Because how can we go and achieve and try to do something we feel as if we already have? But the main concept I wanted to kind of tell you guys about today and then really get it instilled in your mind is the idea that, again, we feel like as we assume the state and as our specific person gets closer, we have this weird desire and feeling that we have to work even harder to grab our specific person, right? It's almost like the metaphor that our specific person is very close, so close to just take and grab our manifestation that we feel very desperate to reach out and grab it. But truly, it is during the times that you feel very close to your specific person and like your manifestation is right around the corner, again, you already have it within you, that you want to maintain and stay in that patient state, stay in that persistence, because the reaching out, trying to work harder and do more things is only going to pull you out of the state and actually might be almost like a feeling of self-sabotage within. And the example I want to discuss today that aligns with this is to think about if right now you wanted to lose 20 pounds or you wanted to get into shape. Right? If you started working out and you noticed that you were losing weight, you were feeling good, you looked in the mirror and you really liked what you saw, you wouldn't feel, now that you're making progress, that you need to do even more workouts or run more or lift more weight. I mean, over time, you're going to run and lift more weight, but you wouldn't feel the need to do more than the singular workout that you've been doing every single day, right? That's what is keeping and remaining in that process or giving you the progress that you're desiring. And to do more can actually be too much, right? If you've been working out every single day for an hour and you notice progress and then you're like, you know what, I have to work out 2 hours now to maintain the same amount of progress, you know that that's not true at all. Continuing with the same motion and the same habitual state of feeling and encompassing that health and encompassing someone who is athletic and fit is going to keep you in that state. You don't have to do extra. But when it comes to our specific person, we feel like once we're doing our affirmations or doing our visualizations, and we see some very good positive effects from our reality, because obviously every one of our assumptions and everything in our internal state is going to reflect outside of us, we feel like we need to double up on the affirmations, double up on the journaling, double up on the visualizations. Or we feel like if we miss a time, if every morning we affirmed at 10 a.m., and we miss a day, we feel like it's going to mess up our manifestation. But I want you to get that idea completely out of your head permanently. Manifestation has nothing to do with techniques. It's all about the feeling and the assumptions that you have in regards to your manifestation. Think about your house, for example. How often do you affirm for it? You'd say, I never affirm for it. And you'd be like, yes, and you never wake up in a different house, in a different state, at a different address, right? It all remains the same because it's less to do with techniques and logical thoughts and more to do with assumptions. But I have gone through many different coaching sessions with people in which they begin to see those positive results with their specific person and they feel the need to overwork or do more, or they need to do it or else they're going to lose their manifestation. But again, I can tell you that is absolutely not true. I would actually even say over time, you almost need to do less and less, because the more you really get into the state, the more you feel as if you already have exactly what you want, the more it's going to be habitual. Like, think about your affirmations for that matter. And I always recommend everyone to get into a manifestation schedule where you consistently think and feel from the end. Because like I mentioned in another video, it's more about frequency rather than length of time. So the frequency at which you are entering the state of the wish fulfilled, that's more important than the length of time that you're spending manifesting for that matter. And again, I use the example of, think about the frequency of, if you were to play the piano twice a day for an hour for a week, you'd feel very good about it. But if you played the piano for an hour at the beginning of each month, every month for 2 years, you would have played a total of 24 times as compared to the week where you play twice a week, which is 14, but you would feel more in the state of a pianist playing twice a day for a week than you would once a month for 2 years. So frequency is a million trillion times more important than anything else. And then speaking of frequency and manifestation, I just got an email saying that one of my calls later today has to be canceled because this person is on a date with their specific person. And this is the same ideas that I'm mentioning in this video that this person has been going through and is now apparently fulfilling that desire. That's absolutely amazing. And as always, this is 100% something that you can do too. If you have the desire for your manifestation, if you have the desire for your specific person, then it means you're absolutely meant to be with them. There's literally nothing that could get in your way. So if you ever find yourself getting close to a manifestation, especially your specific person, and you feel that urge within to double up on the effort, to try even harder to get it, remember also the law of reversed effort. So the harder we try to do something, the harder it actually becomes to do. Because again, our assumptions are always going to reflect onto our external reality. So if we're assuming it to be hard, and if we're acting and switching our physiological state to it being hard, that's how it's going to begin showing up to us, no matter what, without a doubt, because that's exactly how the law of assumption works. So if you ever find yourself feeling that way, remember, everything can be easy. All of your assumptions harden into fact. You don't have to take action. There's nothing extra that you need to do. Everything is working fine. If you are seeing those positive results and seeing those signs outside of you, then you are doing perfect and you don't have to do anything else. Everything, again, is perfect. So for the next 24 hours or maybe even the next week, I want you to focus on your thoughts and find if you are ever finding yourself in this state of mind where you feel like you have to work harder or you have to try really, really hard to get something. Again, if you do, get yourself out of it immediately and think of my words right now. You don't have to work hard. You don't have to try hard. Everything that you desire is meant for you. If you did have any questions on this idea, make sure to put them in the comment section below. Remember, you can also reach out to me on my website for a personal question, or if you wanted one-on-one coaching at kyleaugustcoaching.com. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.